Okay, good day everyone. Yeah, okay. Yes, we are good to go now. Okay, good day everyone. Good afternoon. I want to appreciate Samuel for this great opportunity to speak. To speak, yeah. Sorry, please. Okay, yeah. Good afternoon. I want to appreciate Samuel for granting me the opportunity for me to speak to amazing people like this. I'm really grateful. Nice being here. Okay, so let's go straight to the point to topic for today, which is this. Okay, okay, fine. Yeah, this is so leverage leveraging data to transform healthcare. So, this how do we leverage data in transforming healthcare? So, I will try my possible best to beat this down a little. I'm not a medical practitioner, so I just hope any medical practitioner here don't get angry for anything I might be wrong. Okay, yeah, that's me. My name is Emmanuel Udari. I'm the team lead of Cloudtech Data Science Community, a community for data scientists, and also the team lead for AI Plus Cloudtech, owned by Data Science Nigeria. Both communities train people about data science, the importance of data, how they can come into it, how they can leverage data in their day-to-day activities and stuff. So I am a data scientist, more of a machine learning engineer, and yeah, I do data. I deal with data a lot. So yeah, when I mean data, I don't mean internet. No, internet data. Okay, but let's go on. And that's my Twitter. That's my Twitter handle for you to follow and get in touch for any communication later in the future. If you have any question you want to ask me about like the data science community or about AI plus or about data science or anything, you can just follow me through that. Reach me. So yeah, that's enough about me. So yeah, introduction. No, introduction. Yeah. Okay, we have here. Okay, what is data? Data are characteristics of information, usually numbers, that are collected through observation technical, in more technical sense. Data are set of values of quantity or values of qualitative or quantitative variables about one or more places of objects, while the datum is a single value. That let me long story short. Data is what we do. What we do day-to-day activities, we generate data. There are 1,000 of ways we've been generating data. If you should record all what we are saying, the voice, what I'm saying now, my voice is a data. If you should record it down, is a data. The pictures you put on the internet is a data. Everything you moving from your room to the kitchen is a data because you could calculate the speed, the acceleration, the wherever. So those are data, those are informations. Okay, they're not information until when they're not processed, they become an information. So we generate data in our day-to-day activities. So now we are now trying to look at how data can work in healthcare. How can we use data now? Related data used in the healthcare. How can we use them? How can we leverage them? Since we generate data every online in our house, recorded one, and unrecorded ones. So we generate data and day-to-day activities. So yeah, talk about the data. Now, what about healthcare? Healthcare is the maintenance and improvement of health via the prevention, diagnosis, treatment, recovery, or cure of disease, illness, injury, and some other things. So healthcare is delivered by professionals and aligned with health field. So healthcare is just about prevention of diseases, diagnosing of diseases, treating, and new recovery. So what this talk is majorly into now is just combining data, how we can leverage data for healthcare, how we can use data for prevention of diseases, diagnosing of diseases, treatment of diseases, and recovery, cure, and so on. So, like I said, I'm not a medical practitioner, though. I am just a data scientist who loves working on data and has kind of a keen interest for the medical line, healthcare. So, and let's go. Mm, yeah. So, yeah, when we're talking about data, we we can have data big. Yeah, when I mean big, like enormous, because if you should record your day-to-day activities, imagine the number of gig our data will be. And you waking up around 5 a.m., standing up from your bed, okay, doing your prayer, going to the bedroom to take a bath, everything. If you record everything in a day, look at how huge it is. Now, if we should record for each patient visiting the hospital, each patient visiting the hospital in a day, they are big. So they are enormous. Yeah. So what's not big data? Big data is refers to the large amount of information being digitalized, consolidated, standardized, analyzed, and modeled. So they're just huge data. Each data, you're not talking of 50 gig. 50 gig looks small when you're talking of big data. So they're very big, very large, that it can be used in healthcare. So this data are the kind of data that is being used in the healthcare system. So in healthcare, big data use specific statistics from a population of an individual to research new advancements. Research new advancements, reduce costs, and even cure or prevent the onset of diseases. So with big data, we can do this. We can research new advancements, reduce costs, and even prevent the onset of new diseases. So now that we know about big data, let's proceed. So yeah, okay. This is said too often when doctors order a treatment, they apply a standard of care treatment or some variation that is based on their own intuition, excessively hoping for the best. Doctors actually work by their experience, intuition. Sometimes they are not sure about what their treatment that are giving. They are not this sure about it. That, okay, this is what is going to work. This is not what is going to work. So the doctors are like that, and they apply this standard of care to it to be sure. Okay, go and try this. If it works for you, okay, this drug actually works for this maybe 80% of people. You're likely to be among them. So it's more of like, can I call it a trial and error? Okay, yeah, it does work for a lot of people, so it should definitely work for you. So they are not being specific. They are not being sure about it. Okay, so they just work based on their intuition and maybe their experience so far. That's how they work. So yeah, now healthcare with data. Now how is it when healthcare comes together with data? what do we tend to have? What do we tend to see when healthcare come together? Big data. So yeah, when healthcare comes together, we have the sorry this the significance of healthcare data. One of the ways is there's this managed care. As a value-based reimbursement, big data serve as the foundation whereby a provider is measured and rewarded, ensuring the good health of the patient. Now, provider is the doctor, so they are to ensure how the good health of the patient is. So now, with data, they can whether are created on the quality of care they deliver, often derived from the biometric data. So they manage the kind the quality of care. They will train their biometric data, their BMI, their blood pressure, and so many things that they go through. So with data now, you know, okay, this is the particular BMI of the person, then we cannot manage it. Okay, you should not go beyond this. Watch this food, watch this, do that, based on the previous data we've gotten from the patient. So they cannot manage the blood group, the BMI, and so many tasks and tests they might have run on him, as well as completion of yearly preventive and routine care of their patients population. So the another way they do is this provide more accurate treatment. Now, like I said earlier, you know, before the doctors they use their intuition in making some decision, in making some specific decisions what about the treatment given to the patient. So information gathered from big data provide more insight than they would have otherwise. Collecting data in this way allows for better decision, fewer cases of guessing, and better overall patient care. So here it provides more patient care and overall. So instead of them guessing most times, which they do, is now they know the specific thing, the specific treatment for this type of data gotten from you. Now, uh, they would have gotten some data from each patient, and then, okay, yeah, this patient, this is the kind of treatment, this kind of drugs that we can offer this person that's going to work for this person. This kind of treatment, maybe this kind of drugs, this kind of medicine, this kind of food diet you can place the person on, which patients are most likely to benefit from home care. And so big data can also identify those at increased risks of illness. So yeah, because when you can manage their data and when you're getting right data from them, you can manage their risks of illness. You can know when this person is likely to fall sick, and you can prevent it or reduce the illness. And most times this even cause big data also cause what we call where there is no doctor, where you can be ministered to wherever you are based on them, based on your treatment, based on the previous data you've gotten, and now you are feeling. So it reduces guesses and more accurate treatment. Now prevention. Yeah, big data. We have most all these wearable devices is a more almost all devices now is on Apple, is on Samsung, and some other Android devices are integrating them gradually. So yeah, we have Fitbit too. Fitbit, all this wristwatch, all this like a wearable wristwatch that records our data of your blood pressure, heart rate, stuff like that. So it prevents it prevents sickness, or how can I call it, likely sickness, based on when it has your current heartbeat. It records heartbeat, heart rate, and stuff. So it keeps tracks of your heartbeat, and then it can say, okay, your heartbeat is getting higher. Now, it prevents you from doing something that will cause your heartbeat to go higher the more. So it's more like prevents cases like heart attack, when you discover that okay, your heartbeat is getting higher and stuff. And just like can be a warning that okay, relax now, and don't do anything, or maybe just cool your head down and stuff like that. So most people have been working on it. Apple have been working seriously on this. So but yeah, another way is error reduction. So in big data has reduced error reduction, like in Network for Excellence in Health Innovation report that prescription error in the United States affect over 7 million people annually, causing 7,000 deaths and costing United States Healthcare Organization about 21 billion per year. So now see the rate of which people die due to errors made by the doctors through the prescription error made by the doctor. Now, there is big data. Big data solves this by creating, by okay, checking through the previous data on the system. Now it reduces error for a prescription rather than just them guessing this time around and just predicting, giving whatever they think should work for you and later cause harm for you. So now it reduces it in a drastic way, and we have companies working on it. Madware and an Israeli startup is trying to combat this disturbing trend by catching error before they occur. Big data generates Big data generated from this support too can save money, reputations, and most importantly lives. So big data reducing reducing errors by catching them before they occur. Now, since we've talked about that, how can we leverage data as an individual to improve the healthcare system? So, as an individual, how can we be part of this transformation? How can we leverage and this? So, one of the ways it can be part of the data collection, like what I said, the Fitbit and Apple and stuff like that. They are breeding apps, softwares, using sensors, using a lot of amazing tools, different hardware, softwares to gather data. That is data collection is the process of gathering data, measuring information on targeted variables. So these ways they are data, getting data, constant data, monitoring data on the BMI, heartbeat, and stuff. And outside that, you can also get data from people outside you building a wearable devices. You can also collate data, maybe data of people that are blind around to just work on something. If you cannot be the one to work on it, you can just collate it and store them there. Because big data cannot solve any problem if there's no data. So the first step is getting the data, solving the problem of data for the people that is going to use, for the data scientists, for the data engineers. They're going to work on the data. So the first problem here is to be part of it is to get the data, generate the data. Most hospitals most hospitals have the data in a traditional form, that is in these books and stuff, this log. So digitalizing data is the preferable way now. So you can build up a system to collect data, maybe the blood pressure, or help imputing all those old ways of data into the digital form. Now, another way is data engineering. Now, Data engineering is just building and transforming data into format that data scientists can use. So the data engineering is just building a way, building a pipeline, building a tool that can transform the data. Most cases, data are messy. They comes in a messy way that you won't have an understanding of what is really going on in the data. You just see it as rubbish and nothing is really speaking way. So what data engineers does is they build pipelines, they transform the data, they clean the data and make it clean for data scientists to work on the data. So after getting your data, it moves straight to the data engineers. The data engineers clean the data up, transform the data, and then pass the work to the data scientist. And what is the work of data scientist? Data scientist is a data science is an interdisciplinary field that uses scientific method, process, algorithms, and systems to extract knowledge and insights from many structural and unstructured data. So, yeah, data science abstract information, abstract knowledge, they are the end product of what data engineer does. So the results from data engineers are being passed on to the data scientists. They work on it, get the insight, extract the knowledge from the data, extract what the data is saying, bring out the right information for it. Is it to get the analysis if the person is having a high BP or what? So that is their role. That is the media role they play in it. So yeah, yeah, okay, three. Okay, yeah. Conclusion. Okay, development of medical applications of data should be the apple and the eye of data science, as they have the potential to save money and most importantly people's life. Already today it is allowed for early identification of illness of individual patients and socioeconomic groups and taking preventive action before, because as well as non-prevention is better than cure. So yeah, my conclusion is medical applications of data should be the apple of the eye of each data scientist, because the, the government, Nigeria is Nigeria is foreseen to spend about 5 billion naira by 2021 on healthcare, and most of this money are going into what we call the guessing, the the, the predicting, the getting a treatment based on previous or experiences, based on their intuition. So when data science come in, we can then reduce the cost and then save people's lives instead of people losing their lives just because of bad treatment, failed system, and the like. So building a medical application for data should be the apple. Getting the data should be the help of the data scientists and the potential to save money and most importantly people's life. Already today is allowed for early identification of or use the data to extract knowledge and do great things with it. So this was going to prevent so many failures in our system, and then it's going to save lives. So thank you for your time. Any question? Um, let me see your question on the chat below. I will attend to all questions. Thank you for your time.